Welcome to the Peaceful Wellness Podcast with me, your host, Deb Phelps. If you are ready to unite with your true nature and find the calm you need to go through this journey called life, then walk a while with me as we learn to be resilient with mind, body, spirit modalities. I am a meditation teacher, mindfulness coach, sound healer, yoga specialist, and these and other modalities have helped me to truly find peaceful wellness within. So let's take a mindful approach together now. Greetings and welcome to this week's episode of Peaceful Wellness with myself, Deb Phelps. I'm so glad that you joined me again this week. So our theme this week is making room for gratitude. Now, I don't know about you, but I know myself, I was in autopilot for a long time. Even though I had all the practices that I needed, mind, body, spirit, to help me along, I know that there was a time that I was in autopilot without realizing the value of gratitude. And when we're on autopilot, that constant day-to-day, getting up, working, coming home, crashing in front of the TV, going to bed, we do not see the good things in our lives. We focus on the distractions. We focus on our resentments, our judgments, what have you. We focus on all of that. And then one day, something changes. And for me, it was back in 2015 when I was diagnosed with the chronic illness of fibromyalgia. Now, didn't realize until when we left that previous home we were in, till when we moved into this home about end of 2016, that it was caused by mold illness because I was having all different body systems, failures, you could say, everything going offline. But that really stopped me in my tracks. I had to go on medication, I had to limit what I was doing. And certainly the depressing thoughts came in, the disappointment, the discouragement came in, the resentment came in. Even with all the tools I had, I still felt that way. Focusing on the negative, what I couldn't do instead of what I could do. Until finally the light dawned on me that, well, if I can't find it within my heart to be thankful for what's going on in the here and now, I'll never find any healing. So we have to take that moment to be present to what is. And what is maybe an illness, maybe a situation, maybe a pain that's coming up, that we've been either pushing aside, that we've been sidestepping, we've been focusing on the negative aspects of it. But when we can shift our perspective, we can find healing. When we can remember the truth of who we really are, we can find healing. You see, this negativity runs interference on us, right? It keeps us from having love and gratitude present for us because we're focused on maybe what's out there, maybe what is not occurring for us. I can't get a job, or I can't get this, I can't do this, and it goes on and on and on and on. But that's the interference. That's keeping us from our true self, from the divine goodness, the basic goodness, whatever you call it for yourself. It's there and it's hidden because we have allowed it to be hidden from us. We've allowed it. But we can shift, if even just a little, shift our attention and notice this. Notice these distractions. Notice these feelings that we're having, these emotions. And a lot of times what I suggest to my clients and students is, where do you feel it in the body? That's being mindful, right? So if I'm feeling stressed, or sad or angry, where do I feel that in the body? Is it in the chest? Is it in the belly? Is it in the jaw? What we're doing is we're bringing the light of awareness to these areas. And when we can be with this mindfully, we will notice that it's not permanent. It shifts, it changes, it dissipates. But when we allow the light of awareness, the truth, to rest on our heart, a crack opens up. The light enters in. And we're afraid. We're afraid to let in the love, to let in the truth of who we are, that we can do anything. There is no limit to what we can do. But see, we have to come to a point where we're ready to let that light in. Now, there's a saying from a spiritual book called A Course in Miracles, and it says, tolerance for pain may be high, but not without limit. Eventually, everyone begins to recognize, however dimly, that there must be a better way. And the better way is allowing that sliver of light to come in and let that gratitude come into that space. So instead of keeping our heart closed, we open up our heart, we notice what we're feeling, and it may dissipate. We don't have to force any feelings upon us either. We don't have to pretend. But you see, gratitude will naturally happen in the space of love. So we make that conscious space for it by bringing our awareness in. Let the light enter. It takes practice. It takes awareness. It's a journey. But yet I know it made a difference for me. A few years ago, when this occurred, and then as I started to come out, 2018, out of that, having been in this house for a year and a half or so at that point, maybe 2 years, and I allowed that mindfulness to take place. I allowed that awareness to take place. I was able to get off medication. I was able to feel stronger and healthier. But it started within. It wasn't so much what I was doing with the body. I was honoring myself. That's what I was doing. Honoring myself and being real with myself. That's mindfulness. But then a few months ago, it happened again. Had a major flare-up back in April. I was tempted to go to the dark side. I'm a sci-fi fan and Star Wars and all that. And I started reading forums about fibromyalgia again. And I was noticing all the pain, and I was holding that pain for others. But I realized I was starting to focus on that pain, and I quickly got off. I didn't last very long because I didn't want to be in that space. Because it was that interference that was coming in, focusing on the negativity, focusing on what was wrong. And so I focused on where I am in the moment. I don't have to judge where I am. So what am I feeling? Can I recognize it? Can I allow it? Can I investigate where I feel that in the body? And then, most importantly, can I nurture myself? This is the RAIN practice. You'll hear me talk about it a lot. And we'll be doing a whole episode on the RAIN meditation, so you get the full benefit. But if you take those 4 keys, and the last one especially is nurturing ourselves with love. What can I do to love myself? And maybe being grateful for what is right here, right now. That's what opens us up. That's what gives us life. So again, it takes practice, it takes awareness. getting out of that autopilot and finding gratitude, however small, every single day. Now, you've heard of gratitude journals and this and that, but maybe you poo-poo it. Maybe you've done it, but really do it. That's why I shared the practice that I do with my classes and I do with myself, is just taking those hands to heart center, maybe palms to heart center, and really looking within the heart. What can I have as my focus of gratitude for today? Because the gratitude grows. It sets our day differently. We're making room for gratitude. I have a meditation for you again this week. And this time, as our title is for this episode, is making room for gratitude. So I hope you take the time to join in this meditation and take note how you feel afterward. Has it made a difference? And I'll be back with you after the meditation. Making that room within us for that. So go ahead and sit or lie down. Make any adjustments that you need to do to make sure that you are as comfortable as possible as we get into our practice. And in this practice today, we're honoring ourselves. And you do that by taking this time. So just allow your mind to sink into your heart as you get settled in, inviting your body to soften. And if you like, you can close your eyes or lower your gaze. Allowing the shoulders to soften, the belly to soften. And maybe starting here with the heart. Maybe you want to place a hand on the heart if that feels right for you. And just check in. What am I feeling? Be honest. If you're feeling joy, then feel it. If you're feeling a little stressed today, just allow it to be there. Just be with it. As we come into the body and the breath, we're allowing this place of stillness to be present. So let's connect with the breath. So just take a moment to just notice the rhythm and quality of your breath right now, the inhale and the exhale. And as you're witnessing the breath, there's no need to change it in any way. Just allow it to be what it is. We're witnessing it. We're being aware of the breath. And just allowing it to be at its natural pace. And now maybe just being aware of thoughts and emotions that are entering in. But then coming back to the breath. And in this meditation, can we find the space? Can we make that space to allow gratitude to enter and live in our hearts? So let's just bring a little bit more air into the lungs. So breathing more deeply, pulling the air from the very bottom of the lungs. And then exhaling very slowly. completely emptying the lungs. So let's inhale deeply and exhale slowly. So as you continue to deepen and lengthen your breaths, begin to bring some gratitude into your awareness. Bring that appreciation into your awareness. Maybe asking yourself, how does it feel to be grateful? What is it like to express your appreciation? And now with your next inhale, breathe in gratitude and imagine it flowing into your body. And as you're exhaling, breathe appreciation out into your surroundings, letting it touch everything around you. So gratitude on the inhale, appreciation on the exhale. Bringing it deep into your mind. And letting it flow effortlessly from your heart. And if your thoughts wander while we're doing this breathing gratitude practice, just bring your thoughts right back to the breath. And then begin to visualize again the gratitude coming into the body with the inhales and then flowing out of the body with the exhales. And expressing gratitude for each breath. So gratitude in, appreciation flowing outward. So let's deepen this experience a little more by adding some pauses to the breath, finding that stillness between the inhales and the exhales. So let's just simply notice the small pause at the top of the breath after the inhale, and then the pause at the bottom of the breath after the exhale. Now, after your next deep inhale, hold the breath for just a few moments, staying with the stillness. And then after a long exhale, pause before inhaling again, feeling that fullness of the lungs. So inhale, pause, exhale, and then pause again. Let's go a little bit deeper. Pause, exhale. Again, inhale, pause, and exhale. Inhale, pause, and exhale. And finding gratitude for each breath. So even still, maybe you want to work with that inhaling gratitude, making that space as you inhale, pausing for that stillness, and then exhaling, sending that appreciation and gratitude out into the world. Inhaling gratitude, pausing in stillness, exhaling appreciation. Let's do that again. And keep going with the breath and know that even though our lives are so busy, we have to remember we don't really get that chance for stillness, to find that stillness. And here we are. We're finding that room for gratitude. We're finding that room for stillness. And so when we have a relaxed body and a calm mind, it's easier to allow gratitude in. So let's continue to connect with the stillness between the breaths, allowing your body to relax even more deeply. Allowing the mind to become even more calm. Simply breathe. Experience this wonderful sense and sensation of appreciation. Breathe and express it. Letting gratitude in and gratitude out. Finding gratitude for this practice. So allow your breath to return to its natural state with the easy inhales, the easy exhales. And if you will, you can take your hands to your heart center. Looking deeply within your heart for one thing that arises that you feel grateful for today in this moment. And letting that gratitude be fanned, that it's such a little spark, but let that spark grow. Let that light grow within you. Gratitude in and gratitude out. So you carry this gratitude with you and you extend it to everyone through the world. So take another inhale and allow your eyes to open or raise your gaze. Returning to your surroundings and feeling grateful for our making room for gratitude practice today. Hope you enjoyed that meditation, making room for gratitude. And I hope you're noticing how you feel now. Inviting that gratitude in, and as you release it, having more appreciation. That wonderful sensation of appreciation. And then just letting that gratitude wrap around you like a warm blanket. So I thank you for joining with me. And I wish you such peace and overflowing abundance of gratitude. I'll see you next time. If gratitude is something of interest to you, I'm starting a new series in my mindfulness class starting November 29th, and it'll run through the end of December. It's called Mindfulness for a Grateful Heart. I'll also be turning it into a mini course as well, too, on my website. So if you're interested, just go to the website, peacefulwellness.org. Thank you for joining with me today. For my weekly classes, meditation and modalities on-demand library, self-study courses, and private sessions, visit my website at peacefulwellness.org.